What's up, you beautiful heart-centered people? In this video, I want to give you some unexpected signs that your manifestation is on the way, that it's close, that you are about to manifest something in physical reality. So let's get into what those signs are. That's coming up next. Okay guys, so the first one is you become nervous for seemingly no reason. Usually when we become nervous or we kind of get that jittery, kind of like something's going to happen type of energy, there's usually a pretty good reason for it. You know, maybe you're going around the corner and you just get this fear that something's going to happen. Or maybe you have a coworker you don't really like, you don't want to, they're very negative, and you kind of get this nervousness being around them. Well, what I'm talking about here is actually a nervousness that you really can't explain. You know, now the actual feeling doesn't have to be necessarily nervousness, but usually this manifests as nervousness more often than not because that's the feeling we're used to. But in fact, I would like to describe it more as anticipation. You have this anticipatory energy, and usually that comes in the form of nervousness if you're not used to feeling anticipation in a more positive way, I would say. But you start feeling this almost nervousness, like something is coming. I don't know what it is. I can't explain why I feel this way. Really, it's anticipation. I can't explain it, but I just feel it. You can just kind of feel that something is coming. And again, this usually manifests in a nervous type energy if you're not used to manifesting or you're not used to being in these more positive energies. Now, if you are, you may experience this as anticipation. So again, you may experience this as either anticipation or nervousness, but just know if it's nervousness you're feeling, it's actually the opposite that is coming. Usually there's a reason for feeling nervousness, but if you feel it for no explainable reason, it might mean that your manifestation is close, that you are very close to something, you know, big or something coming into your reality. But you might also be feeling it as anticipation if you're a little more used to this. The next is things begin to stop. It's almost like time stands still, things pause. And you just kind of find yourself in these moments more and more often where you're just there and things just start to stop. Things start to pause. Like nothing's really happening in your external environment. You know, you're not really getting contacted by anyone. You don't really have much stimulus coming in. Things, for whatever reason, just are paused for whatever reason it is, and things just begin to stop. And the best way I can explain this is that it's the calm before the storm. Before something blows up, before a lot of energy is released, there is this calm. Why? Because you can't have one without the other. There can't be this incredible release or this incredible manifestation without having the opposite as well. This period of stillness, this period of quiet, of peace, of just nothingness. Because from that nothingness comes everything. And so if you're experiencing, for whatever reason, that just everything seems to have stopped, all these processes that were going on that you were maybe addicted to in your mind, whatever it is, just stop, then it may be a sign that some big things are really forming in the background. Remember, you're in a co-creative process with the universe. You may have done your part by releasing, you know, giving the universe what it is that you want, releasing that energy. Well, then now the universe in its co-creative process, and its part of it, is cooking something up. But again, there has to be that calm before the storm. So if you're noticing just this stillness, this pause, this stop to the normal processes in your life that usually occur, it might be because something big is coming your way. And I've had this happen a few times when maybe a bunch of money has come in or something else similar to that. That's just a good example to give because that's a very relatable thing for most people, is having money come in. But where nothing was really happening, I wasn't selling, I wasn't, you know, there wasn't even followers coming in. Like there was this big pause and then this just big release of a lot coming in at once. But just remember, there has to be a calm before that storm. And if you find yourself in that calm, it might be because something is brewing in the background and it's on its way. Number 3 is people are going to start taking notice because there is an energetic and identity shift when you start to move in a different way. And in order to receive manifestations you haven't received before, you have to change from the inside out. So sometimes it's hard to read the label from inside the bottle. And what that means is sometimes it's really hard to see the changes for ourselves. Sometimes we need to take a step back and take a look at our lives and go, wow, I've changed so much. But a lot of times we don't do this, right? It's also why a lot of people get stuck in negative patterns because they're never able to take that step back and go, oh, wow, I'm in this negative spiral. I need to change things. But it can also happen when you are progressing. It can also happen when you're moving in a way that you actually want to move. And so sometimes what will happen, and I've experienced this and I've heard of a lot of other people who have as well, is people will comment on how much you changed. They will notice things about your energy, about the way you are, and tell you things like, wow, you're really different. Or they'll energetically convey this to you, or wow, there's something about you that's just different. I can't pinpoint it. Or wow, you're so changed from when I saw you last. And so other people are going to start noticing the changes, possibly even before you have. And just so you know, again, when you shift energy, when you change frequency, vibration, that is when the manifestations will come. Because if you only insert or release the same energy into the universe, you're always going to get what you've always gotten. In order for there to be changes, in order for there to be manifestations that are different and the ones you actually want, you have to change frequencies, you have to change vibration. And again, sometimes it's easier for other people to see the shift because they're used to the old you and are now seeing the new you, where you have gradually gone through that process. And so it's sometimes harder for you to realize that's going on. Again, the best way to describe this is it's very hard to read the label from inside the bottle. So that might be another sign that your manifestation is on its way, and get excited if that's starting to happen. It's always a really cool thing when people start to notice changes about yourself, and it's a good indicator that you're moving in the right direction and that things are on their way. Next one, I believe number 4, is one of my favorites, and I just call it universal hints. And so what this is you're going to start seeing the things that you're bringing more into your life. For example, if you've ever bought a new car or ever even wanted a certain car, did you then start to see that car in maybe even exactly the color you wanted it in around? I remember when I was younger, my dad bought a certain car and I really liked it. And I just remember after he bought it and we were riding around in it, I started seeing the car everywhere. I mean, absolutely everywhere. And I never had before, but I started seeing it everywhere. And so what happens is when you start putting your attention on something, you start to notice more of it around you. And the universe almost throws you these little hints that something is coming your way. So for example, another one I can relate to you is I wanted to move to Thailand, about a year and a half or 2 years ago. And I started putting it in my world, in my vision, that I wanted to go to Thailand. And all of a sudden, all these videos on YouTube started popping up for me about, people vlogging in Thailand, or ways to live in Thailand cheaply, or ways to earn money passively that would help me get to Thailand. All of these things about Thailand started popping up. And within, I think, about 6 months, I was in Thailand, and I've actually been living there. I'm in the States right now for 2 weeks, but I'm going back to Thailand immediately after. The universe was almost sending me confirmation that this was on its way, and to stay the course, keep doing what I'm doing, keep attracting these things, and I will eventually be physically in Thailand. And that's exactly what happened. So if you are getting similar hints, maybe you want to go travel and you keep finding these things that encourage travel, or talk, maybe all these YouTube videos pop up or articles pop up about the wonders of travel, or even like me, maybe you're getting the specific place that you've identified you want to go to. Again, stay the course, but this is a sign that it's on its way. I believe we're on number 5, and this one is more of an intuitive feeling. This is something you have to train, but you just feel it in your soul that it's on its way. 100% belief that whatever it is you're trying to manifest is on its way, it's coming, it's only a matter of time, it's only a matter of being patient, doing the things you're doing, continuing to do your good practices, continuing to be in the right energy, the right frequency, and you just know, not from an intellectual place, but from a feeling place, from an intuitive place, in your heart, in your soul, that it's on its way. This is one of the most powerful feelings you can get when it comes to something manifesting in your life, because you actually need to feel that first before the physical equivalent comes in anyway. So if you're at the point where you can just feel it deep inside of you that, holy crap, this is coming, I just intuitively know it, I'm getting downloads from the universe that are telling me, holy shit, this is coming. It's only a matter of time. As long as I stay in this energy, in this frequency, it will come. That is, in my eyes, one of the surefire ways to tell that your manifestation is on its way, baby. It is on its way. And again, I've experienced this in my life with things like money, relationships. I've experienced this with full changes in lifestyle, that it's on its way. And I feel that for things that haven't yet manifested, but I know are coming. I know they're on their way. For example, this YouTube channel, I know for a fact it's going to grow and become something that is incredible, not only for myself, but for others. I know it's growing into something that's going to be a win-win-win situation for everybody. I can feel that intuitively. I wouldn't have created it and started moving from it if I hadn't felt that calling or that feeling towards it. But I know for a fact that that's going to happen. I feel it in a deep part of myself. Next one, I believe number 6, I may have completely be off base on the order here. Hopefully I'm right. Is you just feel so much momentum. You feel unstoppable. You feel so much energy going in the direction of whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Maybe it's towards money. Maybe it's towards a relationship. Maybe it's you're just being so productive in whatever it is you do. And you just feel this energy of being unstoppable. You know, this momentum, just all of this energy being focused in this one direction. And guess what? If you continue that, you will absolutely manifest whatever the thing is. You know, persistence in one direction and focus is incredibly powerful. And if you keep it up, it will manifest whatever it is. Maybe it's you want more money and you've been following your heart, building something that can earn you money from a really good place. You know, you keep doing that, you're building momentum, a little bit's coming in, then a little more, then a little more. And guess what? You have a certain goal you're trying to get to. Maybe you're trying to get to a certain number a month, or maybe you're trying to get to some other landmark. Guess what? That momentum is going to continue to build. When you're building momentum in that area, it is on its way. That goal is just, you know, it is just out of your reach. It is practically there. You are so close. So keep going, because that momentum is powerful. That is a law of the universe, by the way, the law of momentum. If you stay focused, you stay in that energy, it will build. It's like riding a bike. You got to ride it up the hill. It's tough. It's a struggle. You have to keep the faith that on the top of that hill, you're going to be able to roll down the other side. You keep going. Eventually, you're going to hit a point where things are going to flow, where things are going to come in, where things are going to feel almost effortless. But you got to keep going. So if you're feeling that momentum, oh, baby, it is coming in. Keep going. I can't encourage it enough. Keep going. Next one, number 7, and this one is similar to another one where I went over how, you know, in your external reality, things are going to be popping up. Like you want a certain car and you start seeing it everywhere. Or you want to go to a certain country and all these things about that country start popping up. Well, this one's more internal. The thought of the thing just keeps coming up randomly over and over and over again. Maybe even while meditating, you just have these ideas and thoughts and solutions and manifestations come up over and over again. Remember, it's not just within our external reality that the universe can hint at us or can show us synchronicities. It can also happen within us. Now, you do have to differentiate between when it's your ego and when it's actually your soul and heart talking to you. But if your soul, your heart is bringing you these images, is bringing these feelings to you over and over again, guess what? Something is close. You're on the right track. For example, if you just keep getting that intuitive feeling, that soul response to create YouTube videos for a certain thing maybe, then keep doing that thing. Something is about to come. Something is about to manifest in that direction. But just remember, the synchronicities don't just happen outside of you. In fact, I would be more aware of the ones that are happening internally, inside of you, because think of the way you manifest as in to out, not out to in. You have to feel the way you want your environment to replicate, or your environment to be the equivalent of inside first. You feel that first. You feel whole first, you feel those emotions, that energy, that frequency first, you're on that wavelength, and then your external environment will change. There's just a lag time when it comes to the external, but you can feel things and experience things immediately internally. So just remember that. It's not just about the synchronicities outside of you, it's about the internal messages that you're getting as well. And if you're getting these internal messages over and over again about a certain thing, you can actually almost guarantee that it's also about to manifest in the physical reality anytime now. And the last one I'm going to give you is similar to the momentum one, but it's things are effortless. You are in complete flow. You know, you do not have to struggle through everything. In fact, many Buddhist principles and Eastern philosophies would go, that's the wrong way to be living your life. They talk about moving with the river instead of swimming upstream or allowing yourself to get stuck on a rock. And when you can flow with the universe, when you can surrender to the universe, co-create with the universe instead of trying to create against the universe, things will be effortless. And guess what? The more you can do that, the more you will absolutely manifest in your physical reality in a much more effortless way. And I've experienced this in my own life. You can hear the stories, the testaments of other people who have done this. You know, they're all over YouTube, from other creators to people who are more successful in the public eye, whatever it may be. But they got to a point of almost life being effortless. So it's not in the sense of you don't have to put in work. That's not what that means. But in the sense that they're not struggling when they put in work. When they work, it's from their heart, it's from their soul, it's from a higher calling, it's from these universal downloads and messages that they're getting, that because it's coming from that foundation, they aren't suffering through it. they aren't, hating what they're doing. They're loving the process. They're loving what they're doing. They're doing what they deeply feel is fulfilling to them. They deeply feel is a win-win-win. A win for them, a win for the people that experience whatever it is that they're releasing or giving or creating, and also a win for the universe at large, the world, the planet, and everything else. And so when you can get into that effortlessness, that flow, oh man, things are going to start coming into your reality really fast. All right, guys, so those are some unexpected signs that things are about to start manifesting in your reality. I think that was 8 signs. I almost forgot how to do 8 on my fingers there, but that's 8 signs. Now, if you feel one or more of these, you can expect that things are about to come in. Just remember, when you're feeling the thing, it's not the time to stop doing what you're doing. You need to keep going with your practices. You need to, keep monitoring your thoughts, protecting your energy. Just because you feel one of these signs, it doesn't mean then you just go, oh, it's all taken care of. I don't have to then do my part of the co-creative process. I don't have to put the wood in the stove now. The stove's just going to burn by itself. No, you need to come still from your side of the co-creative process. Remember, this is all co-creative with the universe, meaning you have to come to the table with your side of things, and the universe will always match that. It always will, but you have to keep showing up energetically and in other ways in order for it to happen. But if you are experiencing any of these things, keep doing what you're doing. It's on its way, I promise you. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Let me know which one of these you've been experiencing. What's on its way for you? I want to know down in those comments. I love you guys. Keep protecting your energy, keep moving from your heart, and I'll see you in the next video.